Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way in me. Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way. Again, Lord, I give you my heart. I give you my soul. I live for you alone. Every breath that I take, every moment I'm awake. Lord, have your way in me. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. I will give you all my worship. I will give you all my praise. You alone I long to worship. You alone are worthy of my praise. Thank you, Lord. We're going to take a moment to pray here. I really do believe in commission. I love, one of my favorite things is to see the impartation that takes place with the laying on of hands. But I want you to hear me carefully. Nobody in this room is safe. Nobody in this room. I don't care what your belief system was when you walked in. The Holy Spirit has a ways and means committee, and he has a ways and a means to accomplish his purposes. But I want you to listen carefully. I never had the privilege of even meeting John Wimber. I don't think I got any closer than maybe here to that camera. There was no laying out of hands. There was no prophecy. There was no group prayer over us that came. I brought some of my leaders. We just went down. We hung out for 4 or 5 days and went to a conference, and stunned by what we saw. Up until that time, I had prayed for the sick a lot. I never saw anything happen. Never. But I was in a room where there was a virus that was contagious. All I can say is that as soon as we got home, the miracle started. Nobody laid hands. I believe in it. Nobody prophesied. I love that. All I'm saying is I was in the room, and I went home, and what I had hoped for as long as I can remember, began to happen right in front of my eyes. Things I had never experienced before. Why? I was in a place like this. I was in a place where people just believed God. They just believed God. And he showed up, and he did what is humanly impossible. And that's the joy of the assignment, is you've been invited, summoned, and sent into a realm called it's impossible. That's so that only he can get the credit. That's so that only he gets the glory. Put your hands in front of you. And I just want to pray. Holy Spirit, I do welcome you to come with commissioning power. For those watching online as well, come with commissioning power. Let this contagious moment of being summoned as a generation that knows purity and knows power, let it reach from the front all the way to the back. I ask that you would become the lightnings of God coming forth from our hands. You would become the mighty sword that destroys darkness that comes out of our mouth. I pray that from us would flow a river of life that would alter the geography of our local churches and our own communities. I want you to ask God right now, you lift up your request for him of what you cry out for, what you long for yourself, for your own city. Do not pray timidly. Timid prayers get timid answers. Lift your voices and pray with boldness. Pray with boldness. Spirit of breakthrough. The spirit of breakthrough. The spirit of breakthrough. Let's sing it together. I will give you all my worship. You know I long to worship. You alone are worthy. I want us to do one more thing together before we open up this ministry time. I've prayed this prayer probably literally several thousand times in different contexts over the last few years. Here's what I want to ask you to do. I want you to pray. I want you to put a hand on the person on your right or left. I want you to pray that the spirit of breakthrough would come upon them. The spirit of breakthrough, that the God of the breakthrough would demonstrate himself powerfully, strongly upon that person. Pray for them like you wish somebody would pray for you. Contend for them, that the spirit of breakthrough would be released over them. Lift your voices. We're going to pray into one more thing. I keep saying one more thing, but that's the name of the event, so it's legal. One thing. There's such a strange story in the Gospels where Jesus walks up to a fig tree and it didn't have any figs on it because it was the wrong season. And he cursed the fig tree the fig tree that didn't bear fruit out of season. I've heard people say, well, that just shows you Jesus had bad days too, you know. I don't know, I've heard people teach all kinds of things that it represents Israel, and I tend to believe whoever I heard last. But the one thing I do get out of that story is that Jesus is the only one who has the right to expect fruit of the impossible from us. He has the right to expect it. And so right now, I want you to pray prayers of confession and decree that you embrace the lifestyle, the commission of looking for that which is impossible. Obviously, he must receive all the glory, but it is the assignment. He invited us into a family, and in this family, our DNA has written into it. They have an appetite for the impossible. They have an appetite for the impossible. So at least one more prayer that we'll pray is I want you to ask the Lord right now and make confession to him. Lord, I embrace the assignment for the impossible. I embrace the assignment. Just begin to pray into that right now. Let me never again be afraid of the impossible. Let me never again run from the impossible. I confess the Spirit of God in me is more than enough to conquer any impossibility. That the Spirit of the resurrected Christ in me is enough for any impossibility. Just take a moment to pray that over yourself.